Also tonight, some major progress made in getting things cleaned up from Hurricane Sandy. There still, though, is a lot of work to do here and through much of the Northeast.
Now, our coverage of Sandy's aftermath continues with Horace Holmes. He is live in Northwest D.C., where there is still a mess at this hour. Horace?
A mess indeed, and a lot of work to still be done. You know, as you traveled around the area today, it wasn't hard to hear the buzz of those chainsaws as the tree crews worked to chop up big trees like this one off Nebraska Avenue that came down in the storm. This tree went down and caused a lot of damage. When Sandy blew in, down went this huge tree in the back of these homes off Nebraska Avenue Northwest. This is the damage and the mess it left behind.
I feel so sorry, because it actually did more damage to the house on the right.
Nobody was hurt, but people in this neighborhood are still waiting for help in the person of tree cutters to come in and haul off this big oak. Those tree cutters were extra busy today now that the power companies have their lines clear and back up in service for the most part. The order of the day was taking down these trees like this one pushed by the storm.
The wind is actually knocked it so much that there's space between where the curb is and where the tree is.
So it would, another good wind, it was going to come down.
Very possibly could knock it down.
This appears to be a great thing, yeah. I've been watching from my third-story apartment.
It surely wasn't hard finding dangling limbs and downed trees in our area, evidence of Sandy's power.
I guess that's nature, and global warming is doing it also.
They had a crew here the other day, but they stopped after they trimmed it back a bit.
And this is a sign of the day. Motorists, move aside. And this crew's chopped up, blew out, and cleaned up the mess. Tried to put everything back the way it was before Sandy came to visit. And while the folks here off Nebraska Avenue in Northwest wait to have this tree removed, better news for people still without power. Pepco has all of its customers back on. Dominion Power has just a handful left, they say, that the lights will be back on sometime tonight. Reporting live in Northwest Washington, Horace Holmes, ABC 7 News.
All right, thank you, Horace. Now our team coverage of Sandy's aftermath continues with more incredible scenes from the heart of the damage in the northeastern U.S. Now, while many communities are still waiting for the floodwaters to go down, people in New York City are heading back to work. But that means long lines waiting for buses because of the crippled system of transportation in the Big Apple. Chris Van Cleave now with more on that from the Satellite Center. Chris?
Well, Leanne, one early estimate has damage from the superstorm running as high as $50 billion. That could make Sandy the second costliest storm in U.S. history behind Hurricane Katrina, and there are still some areas waiting for help to arrive.
3 days after Superstorm Sandy tore into the East Coast, the death toll continues to climb. In Hoboken, New Jersey, the National Guard rolls into an area where 20,000 are stranded by floodwaters.
It's really scary. We don't have that much food. I mean, we prepared a little bit.
Further south, in Maniloking, natural gas leaks from destroyed homes. This fire continues burning because crews haven't been able to get here to turn off the gas.
We never really expected it to be this bad.
And we're awed and we're humbled by nature's destructive power. We mourn the loss of so many people. Our hearts go out to those who've lost their loved ones.
Parts of New York City remain paralyzed. Lines for buses seemed unending. Traffic into the city worse as police enforced 3 passenger carpool requirements. And fuel is scarce. Some drivers running out of gas, waiting to fill up.
We tried to wait in this one, we ran out of gas, and now this is my last chance.
Some subway service did return today. LaGuardia Airport reopened, and utility crews believe power will be back on to all of Manhattan by Saturday.
Now, Amtrak just announced they're restarting service from New York City to points south and hope to announce service north of the city soon. Also, the New York City Marathon will go on as scheduled this weekend, but that has created some controversy since the race will take runners near areas hard hit by Sandy. Live in the Satellite Center tonight, Chris Van Cleave, ABC 7 News.
Okay.